Welcome everyone, and welcome Barry Peatling to the Barry Peatling Football Show.
And welcome to you, Colin Sutcliffe, and welcome to our new viewers around the world. Interstate, we've got a few more new viewers from this headline of yesterday's paper.
Yeah, we'll get into that. We've got some news, we've got some updates. Barry's making headlines again, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Not for the wrong reasons. He hasn't assaulted anyone or anything like that.
Bashed anybody.
He's not on Australia's Most Wanted, but we'll get to that in a minute. Or do you want to look at that first?
No. I'll do have a quick thing about Chelsea Football Club. They've got another coach, Colin.
Well, we've got exciting news. Drum roll. We have a new coach.
Drum? Get the music going. Yeah.
And the new coach is
Paul Halliroyd, who was there about 8 years ago. I think he coached the seconds, played a few games in the seniors, but he's been appointed coach for this year. For next year. Thank God for that.
What about Paul Carbis? They just gave him the Tijuana.
Well, he's got the flying. Got the fix. It's got the flip. I mean, but well, he's bought some. He apparently bought Snake. Rang me up last week. Kept me informed. He said he brought two players down, Barry, and I said, well, are they good? Any good? He said, yeah, they're unballers, 6-footers, and they got another. They got a new assistant coach.
Yeah.
I presume Mr. Riley got the flip.
Yep.
But it sounds pretty good, because if a coach can bring 2 or 3 players, Colin, it's a big start.
So where's he from?
Well, he was coaching in the Parkdale. I think it was in the same company as Sammy Rockford. Sammy Rockford's competition.
Okay, so it's
Southern,
slight step down. Has he?
He won 2 flags.
Okay, so he's had success.
Yes, he's 2 flags and runners up.
And he's been in Chelsea before. Is that right?
Yeah.
In the past. So going back 8-10 years ago.
Be about 8 years, I reckon.
Okay. And what was he doing?
Well, I can't remember him too much, but I reckon he was coaching the seconds. But I didn't take too much. He was coaching seconds back in the days, I think. But he's got the record on the board the last few years.
Got the runs on the board, so
yeah.
That's pretty exciting about that. We've got.
So well done. I hope I'll be starting training in a couple of weeks too.
Oh, that's good. Well, it's bad for Paul Carbis, and they seem to.
Well, it's a shame, but he's. I mean, you got to move on. But I would have liked to have him, keep him. But he's with a new coach. They generally bring some players, and he's going to do that. We need at least 6 players, Colin. 6 good players.
Where's the deficiency in Chelsea? What department? The back line?
No, they
forward line?
Well, there were too many injuries last year, and I rang up Louis a couple of days. He hasn't rang me back yet, but he could be a chance of him coming back, I reckon.
Oh, that's a hot rumour.
Yeah, well, he's got Chelsea blood in his veins, mate.
And how many games does he need to get 200?
5 more. 5 more for 200.
5 more. So there is talk he might come back to
Chelsea.
No,
I'm just saying. But
you've started the talk, the rumour.
I said to Snake I'm going to ring him up. He hasn't rang me back, but he might be busy. But he'll probably give me a ring in the next couple of days, and hopefully he can get him down on that track down the Chelsea football ground.
Excellent. That's some excellent news there.
Will be a very, very big bonus.
Very big bonus. So you need half a dozen players and
A. Lewis,
and then we should be back on the finals list. Well,
we should, yeah. That's and it can happen when you get some good players. And as I said last week, EDS finished. Where did they finish last year?
Bottom. Yep.
Well, they went to this year. 1 flag. There you go.
Well, that's interesting, and we'll look forward to more updates of the football season as it progresses, or as the pre-season starts, and we'll see what happens next year. Of course, we've got the Melbourne Cup in a couple of weeks. Now, this is what we're here for, the main game today.
Yeah.
Just explain to the viewers a couple of weeks ago what happened.
Well, I got, with your ingenuity, got that put on the computer, send it into the Herald Sun, and took the photo.
Just explain to the viewers what.
Well, it's why I wanted to put it on there, because I think it's extraordinary when I think back.
What are we talking about?
That under-17 cricket side in the 1952-53 season, I was 12, and these fellas were in the same size, between 6 and 7 years older than me.
Yeah. So what happened is the 1952-53 cricket Citizens Richmond Citizens Boys Club. You wanted to get in contact with them, so you sent a photo and hopefully emailed a photo into Herald Sun.
You did, yeah.
And you're hoping for a little snippet maybe on the side, and they made what's this Grandpa Kiwi collection?
That's got nothing.
Nothing to do with it.
That's got nothing to do with me. But I am a grandfather. But it's not a Kiwi. But
so they put you front and centre with your photo of the actual premiership side cricket champs.
There I am on the left hand side. You can tell the viewers I'm on the sitting with a pair
right.
of shorts on.
You're right here.
Little baby face. Look about 10.
Look at that 10. You made the paper again.
And I was a spin bowler con. I was a Shane Warne, leg spinner.
Very good. Now, have you had any reactions to it?
Extraordinary reactions.
So the paper comes out on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So people have got their papers on Sunday. What happened?
Well, my mate up in Pearsdale, he rang up at 7 o'clock in the morning. He said, "Barry, what's going on there?" I said, "What do you mean, what's going on?"
It's a bit inappropriate to ring up at 7 o'clock on Sunday morning.
Well, he was excited too, like me, but he said, "I seen your photo in the paper, you're in the cricket side, it's got the back page." I said, "Well, we sent it in, Noz, and because I haven't spoken to you for a long time." He was more excited than I was, but he had about 25 phone calls and half a dozen emails, and I'll mention some of these people in a minute. But it was an extraordinary response. But when I told you before I sent it in, I said, "Well, that photo, I got the original photo."
Mm.
I said to myself, "Well, that is, when you look at it, like a little baby-faced kid playing in the senior side cricket side."
Exactly.
I don't think there'd be too many kids that age of playing a cricket side, would you? Wouldn't you think, would you? And be the spin bowler, number one spin bowler.
You should have been maybe in the under 15s or
under
whatever,
13s or something.
13s or something like that.
But I was still going to school then.
Yeah.
Well, that night that photo was taken down Ridge Road.
So some of those guys were working.
They're all working.
Right.
I was, as I said, the photographer was in the Richmond studios in Bridge Road. When I had that photo taken, I went straight to the pictures.
Watch the movies?
The Friday night. I showed movies every Friday night, just down the road.
So couldn't you afford?
That's why I asked you to take that photo and put it in, see if we can get it put in the paper, and the people out there in the middle, 1,600 or 600,000 people will be watching that.
And so they said, they didn't guarantee anything, but
2 weeks, 10 days.
They said, it'd be a long time, and also they couldn't guarantee anything, so they put you. They must have liked the photo, so that was.
Well, it's unique, kind. I mean, it's like a little baby playing with men.
Mm.
But being the number one spinner, for God's sake.
Where did you finish in the bowling averages, Barry?
I finished third in the bowling averages, and the other thing they didn't mention there, the grand final of the competition, we made, me and I think it was Billy Hall, we made 91 for the last partnership, and I think I said 12, but I did make 20. I made 20 out of the 91, and that's still a record partnership, and we won the game, we won the grand final. And
you wanted to single anyone out?
Yeah, well, I'm just talking about Billy Hall. Billy Hall's daughter rang up.
Yeah.
And she was intrigued, and because her father died a fair while ago, and but I was telling her about. I said I used to look after your father because he was one of my mentors. He was sort of looked after me a bit, but he was a good fella and a good footballer too. Played for Richmond.
And so why have you got this here then? This
I must speak to say. I mentioned Caroline and her husband Tony. I was talking to both of them, and well done, Caroline. I sent you a bit of an email, and hope you'll get this little. You got to watch this video. I gave them my YouTube address and everything, so they might be. I said tune in next Monday. So I hope you tuned in, Caroline and Tony, and hope you enjoyed the video.
And so why have you got this one here? There's a
fellow up top in the left-hand corner, up there.
Right there.
He sent me an email, Ivan McKay. He was a top footballer.
Yeah,
he said to me in the email, he said, Barry, I think that I'm not quite sure whether you were the same fellow who was played in the 56 Grand Final Premiership.
Yeah.
Which was fourth. I wrote back and I said, yeah. And I said on the.
I sent you an email, did he? Yeah.
But I sent one back. I said, now tune into my YouTube on Monday, and we'll tell you about. There's an actual photo of that Premiership game. He was a champion footballer. I think he played seniors. Richmond. I think he played got the seconds on the seniors. But I got the seconds. Richmond seconds. But I think he went a bit higher than me. But well done, Ivan McKay.
Very good.
Email.
Contacting him, so and get a mention. You got a few other players here, Roger Dean.
Roger Dean was a superstar for Richmond seniors, for God's sake. But we won the flag that year. We won, and the following year we was runners up. Well,
you started to become a force back then, and just to hear a little bit later in the 80s, 81, you played in super
Yeah,
roles.
there's Dickie Clay.
Dickie Clay.
That was star Richmond wingman, mate, for 10 years.
Part of the centre line of the century.
It was. And here I am, someone's cut half my head off in that photo.
Yeah, you can just make you out
I
there.
got second best on the ground that day.
Yeah.
Would you believe I played on a fellow called City Jackson who played for Carlton?
Aboriginal fellow.
He used to always play well against Richmond, City Jackson. So I beat him that day. And
Did he play for Sydney?
Carlton.
Carlton, yeah, I thought one of those teams.
But that, was that 1981?
1981, yeah.
Yeah, Dickie Clay, he was a good fella too. He had his own pub down in Prahran. So that was very interesting.
That's when you just passed your best then in the football
well,
career.
I'll still go. I got second best on the ground. Look out.
So have you had any other responses, Barry, you'd like to talk about?
Yes, I've got a few. I mentioned Graham Goulding. He emailed me and he said that the first school I went to, Lithgow Street in Abbotsford, he said I was probably in the same grade as you because there wasn't too many Barry Pickings around then. So I think Graham Goulding, I was a fella too that in that grade 3 where it was. And thanks for your reply, mate. Well done. And there's another fellow called Rob Gibson who rang me up.
Mm-hmm.
He's an old Richmond man from way back. He knew a Barry Pickling, and I said, that's the right one, mate. Rob Gibson. And we had a good chat. He knew a lot about Richmond growing up in the 50s. And thanks very much, Rob. Very good. We had a nice little chat. Because we made Johnny Ryan ring up too for Fish Creek. He rang up.
Johnny Ryan. Did he make the Repugnant team of the 60s?
Yeah. He was sent up back here. He rang me up. Well, I rang him back. Johnny Ryan, if you're looking at this video, give me a call back. I rang him back last night to thank you for that, but he was engaged. But he rang up about 8 o'clock in the morning too.
It's all happening.
And who else is there? We got the last one's unbelievable. This fella rang up. He said, Barry, I think you're the same man that I played football against Richmond Thirds in 1959.
Mm.
And I said, yeah, you're right. And he said, you know why? Because you got reported and I'm the fella you hit.
Oh, right.
I said, you're kidding. Where's his name here?
So the opposition team.
Alec Boykos. Yeah, he rang up. He said, oh yes. I said, I remember the game because it was at Punt Road. It was a wet day.
Mm.
It was 45 years ago. He said, you went down the ground. I actually come down on top of you, need you, and you jumped up and bashed me.
Mm.
And you got reported. But we went to the tribunal, and I got off. But he got reprimanded for he stuck up to me. He said he wasn't in the wrong at all.
Oh, right.
But it's extraordinary to remember that day down at Punt Road.
Amazing. So there's been a lot of response from it. Just to show you made 100 in the cricket team. You look down here. You played while you were up in Repugnant in the 60s. But you got 131 here. Not out in a total score of 176. Team score, if you can see that.
Took a few wickets.
You got a few zeros there, but then you took a few wickets. Did you get man of the match or someone else?
I reckon I might have.
Yeah.
And 2 run-outs. And
Peatling's getting most of Repugnant's run, and Kevin Spencer making 71 for Natal. But you beat them just.
Yeah, we won, yeah.
You won. You sort of hit the winning runs, I suppose.
Probably about a bit over an hour.
So that was in the newspaper. A little bit of an
headline, mate. It was a headline.
Peatling 131 lifts Repugnant to win. So that's a little bit of a cricket career there for you.
But in that cricket photo column, there's only 2 people, including me, still alive.
What?
Oh, hey, Mitchell. Let's mention Mitchell. Where's that photo?
Oh, yeah. There we go.
No, where's the
don't think it's
original photo?
No,
Herald. I think his name was Mitchell anyway. He rang me up. He said, looks like you and I are the only 2 people alive out of there. He was on the right hand side. Where is he?
Okay.
He's there.
Right.
That's him there.
Okay.
H. Mitchell. He told me he took 5 weeks or 2 one day. I said, well done.
Very good.
But 2 left. Amazing.
Alright, well that's just about it for everything. We look forward to Melbourne Cup in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So that's a few innovations there.
Yeah, Caroline and Tony, they're mad punters, so I said tune in for the next couple of weeks. I'll be doing a fan and broadcast in Melbourne Cup. So tune in, Caroline.
Yeah, so it's when your numbers
Did I pick the winner last year or not?
Don't think so.
Did I have Dunedin?
Dunedin.
I picked that around 2nd, didn't I?
Yeah, I think so. I think you picked Green Moon.
Well, this will be an update. It'll be better broadcast than last one.
We're starting to get the fields coming in
a bit
slowly.
more professional this year for this Melbourne Cup. Will be more like you'll be sort of there.
Yeah, you might even be there. So
we might be there. Just close your eyes and you'll hear all the racing vibrations and all that stuff.
All right. Well, just give us a few Cheerios then, Barry.
Well, I'll just give a cheerio to. I got a phone call from PH, I told you, and
Nice.
Him and Sandy and Carlos. He'll be. I'll be talking to him next week. So I'll be sending out. We're trying to send your photo of this paper, Phil, in the next couple of days, and hopefully you'll get it within. What's today? You might get it by the end of the week, and hopefully you'll see the headlines of VP again. And of course, Anna and Carla and Lloyder and Joe Van is not too flash at the moment in the wheelchair, not going too good. He's had a bit of a few problems, and Harry Ann and Jimmy the cook. Who else? Of course, the Nozza.
Special.
PH, I just said PH, I know. But Nozza, it's good to hear his voice. He's a very funny man, Colin. You might meet him one day.
Okay.
He lives in Pistol. How far is that away?
Not very far. 25 minutes.
Yeah, watch me go down and have a barbecue. But we've known each other since the start of the world.
Very good.
But anyway, apart from that, I hope that we sort of cover this. I was very excited yesterday afternoon, Colin, as I told you, getting this thing in the paper and people ringing up and emails and
all that sort of
something
stuff.
Different. It went over pretty well.
Excellent.
So till next week.
That's goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me. Bye bye.